Hi guys, greeting you all from beautiful Slovakia, with Martina joining me in a little moment. Today we are going to be talking about anger, and we are going to be talking about anger that is inside us. So we are going to first of all mention a little bit like what is anger as an emotion. We are going to mention also why this kind of feeling is actually very important and is a very healthy emotion. However, it really helps is if it's being processed in appropriate way. When is the time when we are starting having problems with anger? So when is actually impacting us and when it's impacting people who are around us? And finally, what to do with this feeling, how we can manage it in such a way that it goes in our favor. Yes, there is such a thing, rather than against us. So welcome everyone. Martina, I'm just joining you, bringing you on the camera, hopefully. Oh, can I do this? Okay, so for now, I'm just trying. Mati, try to turn your camera or do something. At the moment, I can't join you for some reason. I don't know why. There is no option to... Oh, well, I'm trying to click on you, but it's not possible. Try, honey, to come out and come back into us, and I will then try again. Anyway, so greetings to you all. Let me know how you're doing, guys, where you're joining us from, and whether you are angry today or in case you're angry, why you're angry about. Because anger, as we will be talking about, is very natural emotion, and it is very good if we know how to manage it. So that's all we are going to be talking about today. The little bit different subject is about what to do with anger, to do with other people, like when other people are angry with us. Something like this we will be dealing in few weeks' time. We've got this subject again recommended by you. And it will be slightly different view, like what to do with anger and hatred from other people coming to us. Okay, so we will be talking about that for in a couple of weeks' time in Slovak language. Maťka, I'm just going to try to add you. My God, I can't. I can add Marcela Frkalova to my streaming, but I cannot add you, honey. Can you try to... I don't know, do something so I can maybe come one more time. Oh, I think you did. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to add Martina onto our streaming, so I'm not feeling like a loner. Sorry, I tried to do it again. So just bear with me, everyone. Can I add you now? No, I can't add you. Mati, sorry, I don't know. I will keep on trying. Don't know whether you can reboot your computer or your phone. Try to switch it on and off. Don't know what else we can do. For now, guys, I'm just going to introduce myself very quickly. So welcome. I can see slowly you are joining us. So I'm giving you a little time in the meantime to join us. Oh, I've got my husband's... this is my husband when he was little. I made him a little picture, and nice little... you probably won't see it. It's yellow. It says, "This is the beginning of anything you want." It was a little present for him few years ago. Anyway, so very briefly, I'm going to introduce myself for those of you who are joining us. Today we are talking about anger and how to deal with anger. I will try, Mati, to join you in a little moment. In the meantime, I'm going to give you time to reboot your machine, and I will introduce myself. So for those of you who maybe don't know me yet, because there's still some people who are writing to me who see me for the first time, my name is Lucia Hoxa. I am a professional transformational lifestyle coach and a yoga teacher. I do what I love. I do it with passion, and just today I was just saying to someone, my job is the best job in the world. Doesn't mean it's easy. People are people, and so many times you guys challenge me in an amazing way. However, it makes me grow. It makes me be amazingly strong, and also it inspires me to be there for humanity, to really see that every time, you know, there is something else possible for me to learn. So really, I mean, of course, yeah, I'm supporting many of you all over the world. However, it's coming back to me in amazing, you know, the more love you give, the more love you get back. And I'm very, very fortunate and privileged to be able to do this as my job for some years now. So happy to be here for you. And these broadcastings we started, my God, maybe about 2 years ago now. And we started it, I don't even know how it came about. We just wanted to, me and Martina, I think Martina contacted me or other way around, I can't remember. And we just tried, you know, and we started doing it. We've been doing it every Wednesday ever since. My desire was to talk about things that matters to people, you know, things that talks to your soul, things that really you deal with on everyday basis. We try to be real. This is about us sharing. This is about us being authentic. It's about having a nice, you know, time together with a glass of something every Wednesday lunchtime. And we are very, very grateful for all of you joining us, for all your messages and for recommendations for our live streamings, for new themes. I often get messages, personal messages from you guys about your life story. A lot of you, I already had a little call, which I'm really happy to be here for you. And if there is anything I can do to support you further, I love doing that. And yes, many of you also suggest us. And today the subject we are talking about is one of the suggestions that you send to us. So we really listen, and we listen carefully what you're dealing with, and then I normally get inspired, do my research, join it with my own experiences, and of course, like my clients, you know, experiences, what I'm often dealing with on an everyday basis with you guys. And then I normally write a little article, and then I'm sharing it here as well. So in case you wanna have this little thing what we are talking about today as an article as well, drop me a little message. I will make sure that you are going to receive this article and many other interesting articles as well. Mati, not sure. I just tried to join you again. I will be watching the messages from you. God, I can join everyone else, but not you. If anybody wants to hop on, let me know. I'm reading your messages. Hi guys, Nina, Marcela, Evička, Mirka, Jolana, hi Wing. Hi everyone joining us, Vierka. How is your day, guys? Let me know. I want this to be interactive. Make it easy for me, because otherwise I will be talking here alone for 45 minutes, and I tell you, it gets I get really thirsty. So talk to me so it can be interactive. Today we are talking about anger. Anger is considered as a quite negative emotion. Sorry guys, before I start, Martinka, I keep on trying joining you. Please send me a message once you rebooted your mobile. I will keep on trying to join you. Not sure what the technology is doing with us today. Anyway, in the meantime, I welcome you all. So we are going to be talking about anger. And maybe what I would like to start with is that anger is in general, especially in Western society, considered as a negative emotion. And perceived as a negative emotion, and many times it actually can be. A lot of times when we came across it, it was as a little children. Normally it was our parents, seeing them bickering or seeing them arguing with each other. And as a children we have this kind of, I always say, sixth sense and real sensitivity, same as animals. We are very pure. And we are very sensitive and very prone to feel energy, good, love, yes, as well as negative or bad. So first time we usually, most of us come across anger in various forms, some of them sadly toxic forms, is when we come across it from the space of like tiny little children. And when we come across anger, it's a scary thing for the first time, because remember, you are like, a few feet tall. You are just like stumbling. You're not, so you feel quite vulnerable, right? You're not very big. You are like, everything is big around you. Your parents are really tall, and when they get angry, it's like, whoa, that's a scary thing, right? And when they get angry at you, that's really, really scary thing, because your life depends on these big people, right? They're the only ones who are giving, who are feeding you and looking after you. So, anger is connotated, like naturally, we connotate anger to negative emotion. However, anger and healthy forms of it is very, very important to us. Now, if we go back to the history, anger really is very useful emotion, because one thing that releases in our blood is adrenaline, is a very important hormone, often responsible for us to be able to save our life. Okay, so back in the days where there was all the mammoths passing by, well, actually we didn't live there, but when there were bigger and dangerous animals, and we've been living in the caves, the anger and the adrenaline caused by anger in a fight with this kind of animal, when we only had like sharp stick, was the only tool which could help, and this adrenaline inside us, the only tool that really helped us to be actually safe and much more stronger, much more powerful, because what is being launched is the self-preservation, survival instinct that actually carries us through. So it's very, very important emotion. However, these days, very important to remember, we are not being chased by wild animals. We are not even being chased by any animals. It's no longer danger in this form. However, fear and danger in our head mostly exists from the stuff that brings this kind of age, which is financial insecurities, problems and insecurities about ourselves, our self-esteem. The danger comes, really, like, we perceive it as a danger. Danger comes in a sense of when your partner is not treating you right, and you feel threatened about your future and what is your future holding. So there are like dangers like that, not rather than wild animals. And these dangers, and really the fear that we have inside us, that was once very useful and saved our lives, is basically doing the same thing, making us angry. Okay, and giving us angry responses, because really deep inside we often feel, if we are really honest, like quite hopeless. So it's turning into frustration and anger, and that's what comes out is either anger that is coming vividly on the outside to other people, or it's what I call suppressed anger. And ladies, if you try to listen for a while to see whether you resonate. I know I do. Many times in my life I did. Suppressed my anger, where I feel, I'm at work, I'm not allowed to shout here. I'm at tube is inappropriate, or, public space. So what happens is we come home, and if we have someone like a child, or sadly the people closest to us, like a husband, we release the anger on them. Sometimes we are not even feeling comfortable to do that, so we suppress anger completely, so we carry it inside, and before our period we just burst like a volcano, and then people are wondering like, oh God, she went mad. and then we say, oh yeah, I'm going mad, and then we feel guilty for it. And it's like sometimes I actually had a talk with one of you earlier today. Sometimes it's almost like recurring monthly thing, and then it's happening outside of your monthly cycle. Anyway, so that's a little bit of beginning about anger and insight to it. Martinka, I am still checking. I'm trying one more time. In the meantime, if you're listening to us, oh yes, Martina is here. Thank God for that. Very must have rebooted your computer. Happy Bunny. So Matka is joining us. Fingers crossed. Let us know in the meantime, as I'm sharing, guys, what's your experience with anger? What's your relationship with anger? I don't think most of us don't like this emotion, or trying to avoid it, suppress it, or even like, we are a little bit in a situation where there's a little bit of trouble we are having with anger, like not sure how to manage it effectively. And I will be talking a little bit more about how to manage it effectively in a little moment. Matka, ciao. We have a
Ciao.
little
Yeah,
delay, but
yeah.
did you rebooted your phone? Because now I was able to join you.
Yeah, we play a little bit on the iPad, so I think there was some notifications switched off, so I had
Okay,
to.
I'll let you share, honey. I'm just in the meantime, I'm going to continue. So, guys, for those of you, more and more of you joining us, so we are talking about anger today. I'm going to be reading your messages, so please don't be shy. And let me see what messages I had.
I can see
Uh,
messages too today.
oh, very
Yay.
good. You can read them then. Marcelka is saying. Very good, very good, very good. So, guys, anything about anger you can't do? Hi, Roman. Hi. Greetings to all of you. So, any of your experience with anger is very sensitive subject, because what are our responses about anger? Well, our responses about anger really are either we get scared of it. I know I don't like anger because I get like, you know, I'm like my cat, like she's like really scared of
Mm,
anything. And
yeah.
when there are angry people or snap, when I'm not in a good mood, my cat is scared of me. It's quite funny. No, it's not funny. Poor cat, right? So I need to be like really, she likes me to be very calm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
my cat is real. Let me know, guys, if you have a cat like this, because my cat is like complete mirror of my mood and my energy. I don't know, told you this, right? But it's amazing when I'm a little bit, in a rush or stressed. My God, she's running away. She's behind the sofa straight away. So it's
Really?
really, yeah, it's a real good identification of what she's up to. Mati, shall we just continue, just so
Yeah,
we
yeah,
use
keep
use the
going.
time? Is it okay? So, do you have this article in front of you? I just want you to, if you can, now you are with us. I just want you to yeah, Roman's saying he's angry about politicians.
We're not doing politics.
We are not doing politics, but no, I mean, but the thing is, like, when we are, and Roman, by the way, we are talking in Slovak next week. Every second week we are talking in Slovak. So yeah, I mean, even like anger is really good you are saying this, because a lot of times when Marcelka is saying anger is my everyday friend, and she's laughing, yeah, like a lot of times, guys, and this is very good for me to bear in mind, because sometimes you meet angry people. It's very important, and it's literally lifesaver for me. It changed the quality a lot of life. Every time when I come across angry person, I always bear in mind, because a lot of times when we are angry, it is coming from the right place. And I explain, okay? Roman just mentioned that he's angry about politicians and, whatever, politicians about. And I believe that, he's got like some kind of view, and he, I know Roman, he is like, uh, he's got a very strong values and principles, and he believes in with his whole heart, same as, you know, many of us believe in things like justice, things like, you know, the honorable values, really, and respect, you know. And many times when that is not happening, or in our story, in our head, is not happening, like whether it's politicians or whether it's a lady in a shop, you know, like takes you, stands on in front of you in a queue, in our mind something is being breached. Yeah, there is something that has been, like, it shouldn't be that way, that's not fair, or some kind of emotion. Yeah, but that emotion is angry emotion, but really it is coming from the space because we are a stand for justice. What is important in this moment is, which not many people do or got a skill to do, but everybody's got access to it, is to pause and realize, well, yes, where is the anger coming from? What am I trying to communicate here? What am I stand for? Because if we are just going to be angry about something and you know, shout at people about it or force our opinions on someone else, we are going to be bashing the head against the wall. We are going to hurt our forehead, and we are not going to go anywhere because people won't listen. You know, when people are angry, it's either people will try to stay away from you because nobody wants to be around that energy. You will have a reputation of angry person, of course. People will be either avoiding you or, you know, or arguing back, those of, you know, and you will be plus attracting more and more angry situations to your life. So the impact is huge, and of course it reflects on your relationships, it reflects on your relationship with your children. Your children are they copying you, and they will either become really, you know, frightened little people, or they will be copying you, and they will believe that if you want to achieve something, you have to shout at other people
And
because
be
that's the
angry.
only way. Yeah. Oh God, time is flying. So Machi, let's
Marcela is
what shall we
writing.
do?
She said, anger
Yeah.
hides our inner hurts and other emotions.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, one of the angriest people I ever met that has been hated are actually the people who've been hurted the most. And it's not like you know, it's okay to be angry and hurt other people, but anger is coming from fear and from hurt. That's so important to know as a reflection on you. When you feel angry, realize, like, okay, where am I hurting? Why am I feeling this strong emotion? Oh, it's because of this. But sometimes we don't have that knowledge, right? That's why I when I work with clients, it's really good to get back to the core, to very basics of it, because it often started at the very beginning in our childhood, and then the pattern is just repeating. Yeah. So thank you for commenting, guys.
You're not angry person, are you?
Oh, I can be very angry. In general, I'm like a water. Yeah, like a calm, nice, happy stream, you know, just like bubbly.
Yeah.
But and I can tell you guys, although you probably don't experience me this way, or not many people did, that I can be devastatingly angry. I'm like a hurricane, and I know that I need to be responsible for it, and that's exactly what we are going to be talking about, right? But over the years, I learned how to heal my, you know, issues that were causing this anger in the first place. That's what we do, right? Personal development. Plus I'm aware that my anger can really, really hurt people. So it's not like I can't be angry. I'm choosing not to be angry, and I'm choosing communication or whatever, you know, works better for me and for my people, because I know I can upset people very much. Yeah. So yeah, I can be very angry. How about you, Machi?
I just
How
want to
about
say
you?
we are all people, aren't we? Because Lucia, you seems like really, you know, lovely and loving, and you know, we all have that, not dark side, but yeah, we all can be. We are humans, aren't we?
Yeah, totally. I'll be totally.
So
and I'm proud of it. You know, it's
Yeah.
good. It's good, and you know, I really till this day I'm learning when I'm angry to channel it in the right direction, and also to use it to do something good with it. And that's like, is that possible? Yes, it is. Sometimes, for those of you who've been coached by me and you will be watching this, you know that sometimes I get angry with you, right? But it's not anger, you know it's coming from space of love. It's almost like this passionate thing, like over my dead body, you're not going to move in this, you know, that's anger. But that's my way of healthy anger. That's almost like power, you know, it's powerful. But for me, I'm like, I'm angry because, but good angry, you know, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
love you so much. It's like children, you love them so it's like, there's no way I'm going to, you know, it's from love. It's different. So there is such a thing as healthy anger, if you like.
Mm.
Are you with me, guys?
Yeah.
Tell me more about you, Machi. How do you experience anger and this emotion? Like, is it like
I
little
I can
snippets or?
I can get wind up easily. Um, but I think I was more angry when I was younger. Maybe I grew out of it. Or, you know, you can manage it faster in this age. But I was really angry and like nervák. How would you translate that?
You had the nerves, like you could.
Like, you know, very frustrated and yeah.
I was a very angry teenager. I remember we had a. Well, yeah, shame my sister can't speak English, but she can tell you. We had the glass doors in the kitchen, and it has been like smashed many times.
Yeah.
Well, many,
Yeah.
maybe twice, because I
Yeah.
slammed them.
Yeah, I've done silly stuff, which I'm not gonna say, but yeah, I think the teenage years is come on guys, give us a thumbs up if you had a um
I've got a question. I've got a
frustrating
question.
teenage years. Go on then.
Yeah. Okay, let's rate ourselves like 1 to 10. Now we are looking back. What kind of teenager you've been? And 1 to 10, I mean, 10 is like maximum. Like I was nightmare teenager. Like I was, don't get out of my way. And 1 was like, oh, almost didn't touch me.
I was 5. I was not very hard for my parents. You know, I just sometimes I was frustrating with stuff.
Yeah,
But I was not doing silly stuff or anything. So I'm gonna rate myself 5. Healthy 5.
healthy 5. Yeah. What about you
Healthy 5.
guys? What you've been frustrating, angry teenager, or I don't know.
Ghost.
Like I ran away from home a couple times,
Did you?
but just like you know, I think
For a day?
once, no, for a night as well.
Did you?
Couple times, I think. Yeah, I was angry, but yeah, but I had a quite understanding parent. Well, depends. I was angry about a lot of things, but so I would rate myself. I wasn't. I told you
You
bad
said
things,
10.
but no. I said 1 to 10. But very honestly, so much I rated 5. Keep on writing to us, guys, or ask your parents and write to us. They might have a different view on it.
Parents
But
already forgot, and we are the best babies, children.
yeah, we are the best babies. But I would rate myself. For my mom, I was probably 6. Bless her. Yeah.
Yeah,
For my dad, I was like 4,
that's
3.
not bad.
Yeah, not bad. So anyway, back to anger. We've got 15 more minutes.
Mm.
Let's talk about how to deal with anger. Okay, so when you start feeling frustrated and upset, Machi, do you want to read number 1? I think I was reading from my article. If you want to get it, guys, let me know.
All
And
right, so how to,
yeah. Sorry, can
How
I
to
just
deal with
say,
anger? Yeah, you
bef-
say?
before you start, guys, just remind you, anger, I don't just mean like that classic emotion like I hate you, shouty anger. What I mean anger as well, like suppressed anger. So it's anger of all forms and how to deal with it. We are just going to talk about it, and Maćka is reading number 1, how to deal with it.
Was a comment, hold on. Marcela saying, I don't want to remember, but becoming a mother must be much worse for anger.
Oh,
Would you?
yeah. Because they push your buttons, don't they?
Ah, they do.
They are perfect for that. Anyway,
Wait,
okay,
when you,
number 1.
yeah,
Yeah.
I lost it now. Hold on.
So, number 1 tip.
Recognize the warning sign. So if you recognize when you're starting to feel angry, you'll be in a good place to try some of our tips before you get really worked up or lash out. You can then try a few of strategies below. So some warning signs are pounding heart, gritting your teeth, sweating, tight chest, shaking, anxiety, raising your voice, being snappy or defensive, temporarily losing your sense of humor, pacing, getting a flash of a bad mood, being overly critical of someone, and feeling argumentative.
Yeah. So these are, guys, some of them very obvious. Obviously, raising your voice and shaking is very obvious signs. Some of them not as obvious, right? Like sense of humor. Interesting,
Yeah.
huh? I never had that connection. Like that actually, when you're angry, you're not feeling very funny, like having like ha ha moment. Pacing up and down. Yeah, that's nervous slash angry. A lot of them are non-verbal communication, right? But Martina just named like several signs of how we can recognize with ourselves we are being triggered, we are being angry, because the most dangerous form of anger is the one that we are not in control. And if I go into extreme details, there are the cases of extreme anger, many times fueled with drugs or alcohol, which actually ended up in violent crimes. And that's only when anger takes over completely and is uncontrollable. And that's the most dangerous form of control, which is not. So that's why I'm like, we start with managing anger. We need to start with recognizing the signs of anger and recognizing the symptoms of it, how it starts with us, because we are all different. You might be someone who starts sweating and like, it's inside, it's internal. Or you might be someone who observed your mom. Normally we inherit it from our parents. It's interesting. Like, you just go for it, you just snap. Or you might be someone who is like holding, and then you go like a volcano, right? So we are all different. Very important to recognize those first signs. Why? Because when you just suddenly become aware of it, like, oops, I'm getting angry, is then conscious thing, and the sooner you recognize, you are like, whoa, sometimes it's in Slovak we call it zloč. I don't know how you call it in that
No, I
thing.
don't know.
Don't
No,
know how
I
it,
think it's just like a
like,
saying. Yeah. Something is
I
bubbling up
experience.
inside you.
That's right. Like, with me, when I have like, I don't really have it now, but when I used to have like this angry, it's almost like it's coming from somewhere from the stomach and it's going up, 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 up. And once it hits the head, I just go verbally. That's my
Yeah,
experience of
releasing.
anger. Yeah. And so recognize the sign is number 1, because once you give yourself that 2 seconds, sometimes it takes, and it helps a lot. when you give yourself a moment to go, oh, okay, I'm being angry, then you bring the consciousness into it. Yeah? It's not what I call blind anger. You're like, okay, I'm being angry. Okay, so that's the first step, recognizing the signs of anger. Okay, Martinka, can you read for us number 2, please?
So number 2, work out why you're angry. There's loads of reason why you might be angry. It's a normal or understandable response in some situations, such as when you or someone else is being treated unfairly. If you're not sure why you just snapped at someone, though think back through your day and try to pinpoint what set you off. Some other reasons why you might be feeling angry include you're under a lot of pressure, you are experiencing bodily or hormonal changes that cause mood. It's for us, women.
For us.
You're frustrated with how your life is going. If you work on it first, recognizing and then dealing with your anger, it won't have such a damaging effect on your relationships, your body, your mind, and your emotions.
Does it make sense, guys? Send us a thumbs up.
It does, but then when you're angry, and then when you release that anger out there, and then you're just back to normal, isn't it?
Yes.
So what's the trick here? So it's here to recognize you getting angry and then let it out a different way, so you still have that kind of release of your emotions and whatever it goes out with. Because if you're angry and keeping it in, it's not good either, is it?
Yeah, no, that's really, I'm so glad you said that. It is very, very important to release it. Yes. But again, releasing it
How
in
you
a
release
conscious way.
Yeah.
Very good question. This is a brilliant question. I think everybody's asking that in their head. So
it's like,
yeah. Yeah, it's like, what, you know?
Should we not be angry then?
Yeah, should I be like just like Zen I'm not that kind of person. Yeah, it's like, it's easy for you. You are a yoga teacher. I had that before. No, it's not. Okay, very good question. So yes, it's very important to release it. I know that men often say like, yeah, but if I don't get it out, I will get a heart attack. It's actually true. Well, not every time, but it's true. When we suppress anger, it's like anything, right? When we don't release it, it lives inside us. And it's damaging us internally. So very, very good point. Now, what's the difference and how to do it? Okay, situation. Let's have an example here. You girls, hands up. Honestly, don't be shy. Hands up. Who is releasing the anger on your loved one, especially on your husband? Like up here, like 2 hands. If anybody gets it, it's my
and other way around. Another way around.
Yeah, I had that from my husband today. But not much, but you know, moodiness. Anyway, it can be just moody. So yes, we often do it. So example, I feel angry. I feel I'm hormonal. I've got it before my period. I'm like, I want to punch something. Yeah, familiar feeling. I'm sure. Please give me a thumbs up. I'm not alone. Or heart. Feeling like, oh God, I'm angry, and I don't even know why, but I'm just angry. Don't ask me, don't touch me, don't talk to me.
You're just waiting for the victim to pass, right?
I just wait for the victim. My husband calls it missiles. Okay, so I'm like literally charging up, and there is a lot of guns. I've got, I'm like military base, and there is a difference between two things, girls. If you're not aware of it, you are going to launch your missiles, same as I did in the past, and you're going to hurt people around you. And let's face it, they don't really deserve it. In that moment, you feel like what they did, the minor thing, or something that is recurring, triggers you because it always been there inside you. But in that moment is like a million times worse, and you are going to we are very powerful as women, and we can be very angry and very devastated, like we can destroy, right? So it's, if you are not conscious of it, you are going to swear at him, you are going to say things and use the words that is very hard to take back, okay? And you are going to calm down, and once you calm down, then you may or may not feel guilty. I do, but it's the
The
distraction is
damage been
done.
done, yeah.
The damage has been done, and it really chips away every time you do it on your relationship, you know. And kids, you know, that's another chapter, right? So that's the unconscious anger and releasing, and it is release, but it's got, you know, that's normally what happens when we are not conscious. Conscious anger, this is the process. You recognize you are getting anger, ideally in early stages, okay? So what Martina was reading a moment ago, you recognize in you, try to pick it up on it, and it's being self-aware, and it's literally just a little thought in your mind going, huh? It's happening.
It's starting.
It's starting. So first thing, recognize it. Once you do it, you're almost halfway there, really, to manage it. So recognize it, and then it's very important to communicate it. So example, I will say to my husband, Billy, I am really angry. Please get out of my way. I need space. Anything you do right now is going to be wrong. Don't take it personally. That's it. And my husband, but men in general.
Yeah, but what if you, okay, so this is if you're angry of something else, not him particularly, okay? So something what really made you angry, and he came home, whatever. So rather than give it back, dishing out on him, you just tell him to go away. But what if you've got that problem with the, you know, what if he made you angry? Then what?
That's most of the time. So again, thank you for this question. Because it occurs, like it's his fault. Everything. And this is important to realize, girls, that most of the time it occurs, it's not true, it's not reality. And this is a challenging thing to do, a little soul searching inside us, and be honest. But the truth is, if you really, really have a courage to be truthful to yourself, it's not that he is making angry or he is making upset or whatever he is doing. It's how you are processing it, how you created it. It's your past that is unresolved. It's the triggers you are having, God knows from where, right? But this person is just really a mirror. So whatever he is doing is very important, but it takes a lot of consciousness, you know, and it takes a curiosity. I explain. Okay, so when I'm feeling angry with my husband about something, and trust me, he's not perfect, same as I am now, you know, there are things that can drive me mad. However, what I do when I feel this, I recognize the signs of me getting angry about something or reacting the way that I know it's not very serving us, then I get curious and I go, wow, you know, I catch myself getting angry or whatever, and then
why
I
is
go,
it making me angry?
No, my question, which helps me, is like, where is this coming from? Yeah, and it's that breath you take, that moment you take, or count to 50 or something, but I take a deep breath, I ground myself, and I go, wow, where is this coming from? And it's like 5 seconds. And I might not have an answer on it, but it interrupts the pattern. Because without those 5 seconds or 2 seconds, I would just launch my missile. You know, but those 2 or 5 seconds give me enough time to go, wow, where is this coming from? What am I really angry about? And most of the times I realized
you don't even know. That's the thing. Because when you said it, it's like sometimes we don't even know. It's just like the power inside needs to be. Yeah.
And this is so important to like have a coach or someone who is professionally, you know, can really help you to guide you through these situations, like even once they happen, because, you know, alone it's very hard for us to find those connections. Even reading the books, you know, they not specific enough to your situation. Do you understand? It's like generalized stuff or YouTube, you know. It helps, but it is when someone is working directly with you, you know, they help you to reveal the what I call blind spots. And once you know them, you're unstoppable. You become very, very powerful because you interrupt the patterns that has been ruining your life, really. Sometimes to the degree that you don't even realize how much. You know, the impact of it is really huge. Even like little snappy energy, because it creates knock-on effect in other things. Is it helpful, Mati?
Yeah. I love that thing to stop and just to say, where is this coming from? Because exactly when you said that, I asked myself, and imagine that situation when you're angry and how you said it, it just completely cut that off, doesn't it? It cuts that kind of level of that the energy from
It
you and
interrupts
just
the
makes you
pattern.
think, interrupts the pattern.
And then you get, because our brain needs to be occupied by something. So up till that point, your brain was occupied with anger, charging, yeah. And then when you interrupt the pattern, it's like, wow, where is this coming from? Your brain is like, what? Yeah. But it works, girls. You have to try it on, honestly. I can talk forever, but you like, it's great to try it on, because when you go, wow, then your brain is occupied with curiosity. Yeah. And then you might not have an answer, and it's okay, but important is that you interrupt the pattern, and then you have a choice. You can either walk away, yeah, or you can communicate like, listen, I'm very angry, I need time on my own, and walk away. Yeah, but your husband is going to really appreciate it, because you're being straight. Men love that, because they finally can work out like what's going on with you as a woman. And then eventually you are going to calm down. However, it's important to then later on, when you calm down, to really come back and either discuss with your coach or someone who is supporting you, you know, these anger issues that are, you know, coming up, because they probably need a little bit of attention and they need a healing. So it doesn't, do you understand? It doesn't trigger you in the first place anymore. And that's what transformation is about. That trigger doesn't even happen anymore, because it's no longer triggering you, because you healed that, you cleared that up from your past. Yeah.
Very interesting. Something to practice now.
Yeah. It's very interesting. As human beings, like, the more I, you know, spend the time being with people and listening to your stories and studying psychology and everything to do with the human behavior and how we operate, how our brain operates, neuro-linguistic programming, and so on and so on. You know, the more I study, the more fascinating, the more I know how much I don't know and how much we don't know. You know, that's why psychiatry is such a, you know, what do? They just numb us, right? With all the pills and chemicals and stuff. But no, I mean, it's because there is not enough time to deal with, you know, it's like easy way, like, let's kill the emotions altogether. And then you have like poor people who, you know, walking like a zombie, suppressed because they are being medicated. Anyway, it's completely different subject, but very, very relevant, especially now when more and more people have a lot of challenges with stress and anxiety and depression. Very, very important, because anger can then eventually lead to depression, because what is happening is that, you know, it's the energy you see, right? It's what you're planting around you. Is a cause and effect. Everything we do in life, and what we need to learn on, we don't need it, but it's useful to learn that everything we are responsible for. Me, I'm responsible. You know, if my day is not going well, it's not the politics, it's not the world, it's not you, Martina, it's not technology, it's me, it's over here with me. And once we really learn to take responsibility not guilt. Take a responsibility. Because yes, you can't control politics, but once you become a responsible, like, wow, it's up to me whether I'm going to be wound up by it or whether I'm going to do practically what I can and then leave the rest, for my peace of mind or whatever approach, that's our responsibility to what attitude we take. So yeah, let's be responsible for anger and for what we are creating in our life, what we are saying, because that's how we create our future. I'm talking a lot today, but I hope, yes,
Loads of
sinking
things.
now.
Oh my God, loads of things sinking in. Yeah.
Information.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's a lot of things that we know and a lot of things that I'm just reminding you. However, no amount of knowing and no amount of listening to these things is going to make a difference unless you apply it. And unless you apply it in your own life that is very unique, with unique circumstances.
Taking actions.
Taking actions, having a courage.
Yeah.
Putting your hand up, saying, me, actually, I'm ready to do something about my life, It's one of the most courageous things we can do. Oh. Very
What are we
good.
gonna be talking about next week?
Next week, I don't know, I can look. Shall we look? Do you want me to look? Okay. We are talking in Slovak next week, guys, so in case you are not that skilled in English, it's all good. And subject for next week is... that's interesting. Shall I say it in Slovak? Okay, subject is čo pomáha proti ohováraniu, osočovaniu, nenávisti a klamstvám. Okay, so that's our subject. Next week we will be talking in Slovak. Interesting?
Oh, very spicy, yeah.
Very spicy. A lot of people are writing to me about this. Okay, so
because it's very popular, isn't it? It's everywhere.
Especially on social media. Thank God not in my groups, touch wood, or in here with us, because we always have a very loving, fun energy here, and it's thanks to you guys and hopefully energy that we create. But I know it's very common, especially in social media, and it can be very hurtful. And poor little kids, right? When they have no idea how to deal with it. Anyway, so that's what we are talking about next week. I love you guys. Thanks, Mati, for coming, joining me again.
Yeah, little technical issues, but
yes,
it's all sorted out now.
All sorted out, meant to be. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. I will be seeing you again next week. And until then, have a great, great rest of the week. And fingers crossed, the spring. We want a spring to come. So let's be happy. Actually, sun just came out. Very good. Enjoy it. Let's enjoy the rest of the week every day, because really, we are here for not very long, so we might as well enjoy it peacefully with no anger.
See you later. Bye.
Ciao, Bellas. Ciao. Ciao, guys.
Bye.